It's Tracey and Noelle. They're gonna make you LOL on 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk.
Hello and welcome to 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk. This is episode 310. I'm your host, comedian Tracey Carnazzo, joined by my co-host, comedian Noelle Herzog.
Hello.
Hi, this is going to be a short one today. Before the 90 Days Season 7, episode 22, not a lot happens. It was only 42 minutes long.
Which is, listen, it's fine for me, but if you're going to do that, then why not just double up the episodes?
I don't
and have
understand.
3 parts of the tell-all.
I really don't understand.
It's so dumb. It's like, why do they have to stretch everything out? It's so dumb to me. Nothing happens here. Just a bunch of bullshit.
But I got to tell you, something that I was thinking about. Remember how the last tell-all, they did that concept where they kind of like all lived together, like the real world kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Why didn't they do that here?
I know.
Well, I guess because a lot of the couples are still separate.
Yeah, it's like, if they're just going to keep making these tell-alls so long, I mean, listen, I'm not going to do anything about it. We're going to still cover it, but it's like, it just makes it just so unenjoyable to watch. I've never watched one show where the tell-all / reunion is 5 episodes or 4 episodes. Could you imagine even Teen Mom?
No.
They're 2 max.
And it's too much.
Mm-hmm.
What I can tell you is that you're going to have a good time listening to us, and that's all that really matters. But if you want to listen to more of us, patreon.com/trash talk podcast, where you will find all of our bonus episodes. And guess what's back?
What's back, Tracey?
We just wrapped up season 3 of Vanderpump Rules, and now we started Jersey Shore season 2, Miami.
Welcome to Miami.
Bienvenido a Miami.
Yay.
Macaroni Rascals, a Jersey Shore podcast, is back. Go check it out. Episode 11 is already up.
Sounds great.
All right. So we start off in I don't know. I have a lot of opinions about this that I think might be wrong.
I have some opinions that might be wrong too. Sure.
All right. So we have Josko and Bojo.
Right.
And they're asking if they ever met each other. Why would they have met each other?
It's like, well, they live in the same country. They must have met.
Oh, well, then.
Uh-huh.
I didn't realize they lived in the same country.
So now they must have met. You know, it's like when 2 people are gay. It's like,
yeah, you're like,
you know gay John.
Okay, let me tell you something. My friend Sal years ago had posted a status, I think it was, and it was like, if you're gonna call me your gay friend Sal, I'm gonna call you my manic friend Erica.
I like that.
Yeah, it's like, if we're just gonna tell everyone like about each other, he's like, I'm also gonna do that to you. And I always remembered that, and it's so funny.
I love that.
So funny. All right, so Josko and Bojo are there, and they ask him what he thinks about how Bojo treated whatever her name is, Vanya. And he's like, oh, it's terrible. Guys, what did he do?
Okay, here's the thing.
He is being crucified for not hooking up with her.
Vanya is tickled by this, though. She loves that he has her back with Bozo. Uh-huh.
Guys, stop.
I mean, I gotta tell you, here's the thing. People are what's his name? Josko?
Yeah.
He gets crucified too. He sucks, but also he gets crucified for not wanting to be with her.
Yes.
You guys, people are allowed to not want to be with people.
Yes.
And I always preach, don't settle. You don't want to be with this person, don't settle.
Right.
This is what they're not doing.
We'll figure it out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Great. Guess what? Bojo, best case scenario.
Yes, agreed. It's like, you didn't even kiss her. You actually didn't lead her on at all.
You were like, oh, I actually don't want to do this. And she was like, what? And it's like, okay, so be sad for a little bit and then move on.
And everybody's so mad at him.
Everyone's so mad. It's like, you didn't even give her a chance. He's like, I didn't want to.
Right. And it's like, you didn't even have sex with her. And it's like, I actually didn't want to. It's so weird.
It's so weird.
It's
like, so you're obligated to it?
Right.
Can you imagine if the tables were turned?
No, I actually can't.
That's
crazy.
Crazy.
It's crazy. It's so weird.
If there was a man visiting a woman and the woman was like, oh, I actually don't want to do this.
Yeah.
And he was like, come on, just a little bit.
Right.
It's like, yeah, no, that's not.
Do you think everybody was saying like, why would you do that to him? You didn't even give him a chance. You guys didn't even hook up.
Yeah, you should have hooked up with him.
Crazy.
Insane.
I think it's so embarrassing for her, and it's so embarrassing that she's still going with this. It's like, girl, I would be like, I've had 10 boyfriends since I've met you.
Yeah, stop. But also,
Yeah.
so they ask what he thinks about Bojo's treatment of her. And
Mhm.
he's like, oh, it's ridiculous. She's so beautiful. She's a diamond in the rough,
Right.
whatever. And he goes
Mhm.
on and on and on and on and on.
And which
Great.
she loves this.
Okay. And then Bojo is like, yeah, I totally agree. She's great. And, whatever. And it's like, yeah, Bojo, you're doing a good job.
Right. He's like, she's great. I wish her the best.
What do you want me to say?
Yeah, it's so weird. It's like this guy actually didn't do anything wrong. You guys need to lay off of this.
Stop. He
Yeah.
did the right thing.
I think he totally did the right thing. Could you imagine you're gonna force someone to hook up with you?
Okay, so now let's say Bojo
Yeah.
was like, okay, you know what? You're right. I should give her a chance.
Right.
Now he hooks up with her. He spends 2 weeks with her. And he's like, okay, I think I was right in the beginning. I actually don't want to be with her.
Right. Then he's the bad guy again.
He's the
It's
badder guy.
It's like you had sex with her.
And you knew
kissed
from
her.
the moment that you saw her
Yep.
that you didn't want to be with her. Why didn't you
Right.
tell her immediately?
Right. So he couldn't have won either way. It's
No.
like, I can't, if you don't want to hook up with someone, you don't have to.
No.
Whether you're in a relationship
reason.
with them or not.
For no reason.
And you don't have to give a reason.
Nope.
It's the craziest thing ever.
It's
You
crazy.
actually don't have to give a
You
reason.
just could do whatever you want.
You could do whatever you want because it's your body.
But it's also the right thing to do. He did the
Yeah,
right thing.
He did do the right thing.
Okay. I love the fact that Vanya's makeup look at the tell-all is the exact same makeup look at the day at the beach.
I mean, Tracey, though, these looks, this hair, these earrings, everything is so
Everything.
over the top with her. It's ridiculous. She thinks she's Barbie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She thinks she's something.
Yeah, it's bad.
But it's like, so there's no difference in your look.
No, right. There's no day to night.
No. This is that you remember all of those articles in magazines? when
Of
we were
course I
younger?
do.
How to take your look from day to night. Like you would
We
have
thought that was going to be a thing.
we thought that was going to be so important in our adult life that we were going to have to go to work all day in our day outfit makeup
Yes.
and then have to go to an evening I don't know, banquet.
Yes. And it's like, wow, how do I turn this neutral eye into a smoky eye for the evening?
How do I without even
It's
just
we really thought that was
we thought our
something.
lives were gonna be like how did you ever see those shoes that were like flats and then you could pull the heel out and make
Of
them
course.
heels?
Of
It's
course.
like we thought that was gonna be our life and it
yes,
like that
transition,
shoe
like a transition lens.
we thought our lives were gonna be transition lensing. Well, guess who did not?
Vanya.
Vanya's like, you know what? If I always do a night look, I won't have the problem.
She's someone that doesn't own sneakers.
Yes.
Yeah, she's that type of girl. She doesn't own sneakers.
No,
because
she's like, you know what I own? I own Easy Spirits because they look like a pump feel like a sneaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks
She
like a
okay.
pump, feels like a sneaker.
On Real Housewives of New York, Tinsley
Yeah.
Mortimer, she wore eyeliner to bed every
Uh-huh.
night because you just never know who you're gonna see.
You do know though.
She wore eyeliner to bed. She would redo her makeup before bed.
Noelle, I
Mhm.
gotta tell you,
Mhm.
you do know.
No, she would be like, you just never know
If
what's
you
gonna happen.
never know
Mhm.
who's gonna come into your bedroom at night, then you
I
need to change
know.
your locks.
You need a new house. Yeah. She
You need
was
to
living with
move.
Sonia Morgan at the time. And
You need
she
to
was going to
move.
sleep with a wing every night. And she would lay on her back, I guess, so she wouldn't smudge her eyeliner. And she would do her bouncy curls
And go
and
to
her
bed.
wing. And she was like, just because I want to wake up looking good, you just never know.
You gotta move. You gotta call
There's
911.
someone else in my life that does that too.
Yes.
I won't actually say who
Sure.
it is here, and it's like, you don't have to do that, right? People can see you without a shadow on,
You know that you should move and call 911.
right? You don't have to live like this.
Mhm.
No, a lot of women are very insecure.
Well,
Mhm.
something else that Vanya did, which
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, I totally believe him.
What?
He said that she would never ask about his kid.
Well, so that's the thing, right? So
She wasn't in. Here's the thing. She wasn't interested in being this kid's mom. She was
No.
going to accept the kid
yeah, but she
out
didn't
of
want the kid.
desperation.
Right. And it's crazy because there are so many, not crazy, but there are so many women out there who really, really want kids. And this would be like the perfect scenario for
Sure.
them.
And it's not this. This is not it.
Right. And it's not it. And it doesn't have to be for everybody. There's a seat for every ass. They'll figure it out. Vanya,
Thank
you
you.
can get with a guy that doesn't want to have kids or isn't ready
Right.
to have kids right now or doesn't already
It's
have
so
a
crazy,
child.
right?
Isn't that crazy?
And does it have an infant?
But He did what every fucking man
Yep.
in the
Oh
world
God.
does.
Oh.
Every single man. It was like, well, my kid was sick, so I couldn't talk.
I
And
couldn't
then
talk. And then she said, we have to talk every day. We have to talk more.
and then he called her needy. But
Okay.
then he totally shut down. So it's like you couldn't just say to her, "Hey, that's kind of a big commitment. Let's just talk when we can or whatever." Because a man cannot communicate.
Mm-mm.
Instead, he has to just totally cut her off.
Okay.
And he couldn't just tell her, "Hey, you don't really ask about my kid. I don't really think you're interested in my kid. Maybe this isn't going anywhere." Instead, you call her needy and just stop talking to her. Go fuck yourself. It makes me so mad.
Noelle,
Uh-huh.
when he was like, but my kid was sick, that's why we didn't talk that night.
But you didn't tell her that.
It's very here's the other thing, right? When you
Mhm.
have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or a best friend or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If I was sick
Yeah.
and you and I had a phone call planned or whatever,
Right.
I'd be like, Noelle, I'm sick.
Right. You wouldn't just not talk.
You would never not hear from me. And then like a few days later, I'd be like, I'm sorry I didn't call you on Wednesday. I was sick.
Tracey.
Because we are in constant communication with each other.
Men can't do that. Here's the thing.
'Cause
Men
then
want to
it's-
do that until they freak out.
Yeah.
I have never had okay, this sounds terrible. I have never had a good experience with a man in this department. You know that? And it's like my
Communication.
husband,
Yeah.
my husband now, obviously, I can communicate anything with Matt now. I've
Sure.
trained him
Yeah,
for
now.
14 years. I've trained him. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Now I can, but it's like there has never, ever, ever in the history of my life been a man where it's just he hasn't pushed me away at some point.
Yeah.
He hasn't not been consistent.
Yeah.
Like this is every single man
Yeah.
ever. And then when you ignore them, right back in they come. Right
Yep.
back in. Hook, line, and sinker.
Yep.
I hate them
This
all.
is
It
true.
makes me mad. Sorry, guys. It makes
How do you
me
feel?
mad. It's so triggered. This is something that truly triggers.
Noelle, I think it's triggering for every woman.
Because when he was sitting there, it was like he was smirking
So
as
smug.
he was saying
He was
it. He was
so
so
smug.
smug.
Because she wanted to be like, okay. He wanted everyone to be like, Vanya.
Yes.
He had a sick baby.
Uh-huh.
And you were trying to make it about you?
But how was she supposed to know the kid was sick?
It's like,
I could put my head through a wall. Because I have to tell you, even male friends act like this.
yes.
It's the craziest thing in the world. Like Fairy, one of my best male friends, will act like this. And it's like, this is just a male trait.
This is a male trait. A
I would
man
just
is a
be like,
man
my
is a man.
husband's sick. I would just be like, my kid's sick. Can't talk.
My kid's sick. I'm going to call you tomorrow. This is a nightmare.
Yeah.
And she would have been like, oh my God, I hope he's okay.
Right. And then maybe she would have started asking about the kid after that.
I don't know, man. So Niles.
She was going to give up her dancing room, by the way, for that kid.
Okay, but that's the thing. She didn't want to.
No, of course she didn't want to.
Willing to, but she did not want to. And you cannot have someone that's willing to accept your child. You need someone who wants to be a mother.
Yeah, and it's sad because I would have felt bad for the kid because the kid wouldn't have felt wanted by her. It's sad.
Oh, no. Okay, also, Niles, shut up. Enough.
Oh, Niles, we get it. You're very outspoken. Shut the fuck up.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Niles is like, well, Bojo took too long to hook up with you. And then Jusko did too much. And it's like, she's like, we didn't even hook up in Croatia.
It's so crazy because
Who
it's like,
are you?
Let me jog the memory here. The first night in bed, Matilda was truly on top of you.
Yeah.
The first night you guys hung out.
Yeah.
Your head was between her breasts.
Oh my God.
No, but that's what it was in the note.
I know.
The first night of bed. I can't wait till we cover that on Macaroni Rascals. Guys, we're on that season.
Oh God, I know. So she's crying because she felt used. And here's the thing, I actually understand her point there.
Me too.
Because she's like, it's not something that I take lightly.
Yeah, and he
then
kind of just dropped her.
Right. And he's like, well, I didn't mean to do that. And then he starts talking about details that are what was the point of this? I don't understand. I guess to make him look like a rock star.
I guess he was trying to make, because they're talking about being intimate, and he's basically like, it was so great, but we didn't do whatever, more positions, whatever. And it's like he just wanted her to look stupid. And I think it's because people weren't really reacting the way he wanted them to.
And he's like, I was too big for her.
Yes, right. Oh, I was too big for her, or she was too small for me. Fuck off.
Just go. Oh my God, just go.
I can't. Like, I can't. I'd be like, yes, I'm very small. I'm so tight. I'm very small.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for saying that.
Yeah, I'm a
But, like,
child.
But it's
Just
like
go.
it's so mean. He's so smug the whole time. He's so mean. He did that with the intent to hurt her.
Okay. So here's the thing. He
Mhm.
does that, and he kind of shouldn't have done that, because then she's like, okay,
Mhm.
cool. I didn't know we were going to talk about all this stuff.
Mhm.
He took a video of her without her knowledge.
Yes.
And she was very upset by this. And I got to tell you, I think she was genuinely upset about this.
No, she was fully upset. And he was not, at first, he was not remorseful. That's why I did not believe his apology.
Right. She said that he was proud of himself afterwards. And he's like, we had talked about it before. And you know what? Niles, as annoying as he said something that is just so simple. If you didn't get a yes, it's a no.
Yeah, good for him.
That's it. That's it. That's how it goes. I assumed. And then he said, quote, I developed a story about consent.
That's crazy.
I developed a story about consent. And then he apologizes. I mean, it's like his PR person wrote this apology.
And she's really crying. He was like, I wanted to spice things up.
Spice things up?
Spice things up. You've been together for 1 minute.
1 day.
But this is also why, Vanya, you're not falling in love with some guy you randomly meet. The first day he's talking about like his hard penis. The first day they met. Remember he like made that remark about shrinkage?
Did that? I mean, here's the thing.
Yeah, right.
So she said that, we didn't even hook up in Croatia, right? Whatever.
Right.
The minute they met, and I'm sure even before they met.
Yeah.
He was trying so hard. And then he makes a comment about like how, in Croatia, they didn't want to be sexual with each other. And it's like, well, that's not true.
Uh-huh.
You didn't get to know each other.
They did not get to know each other.
He was, constantly making inappropriate comments. And I got to tell you,
jokes.
It turned my stomach.
Yeah,
he turned my stomach.
I know.
It's just so repulsive when a man acts like that.
It's repulsive when a man acts like that. Unfortunately, it is repulsive when a woman is desperate like that.
Right, but also he took advantage of that. He knew what was going on. He saw her coming from a mile away. Now,
yes,
also, I got to tell you.
Yeah.
Adnan.
Oh, he like had her back.
All the way. He was like, that is wrong.
Yep.
He said, I am sorry that happened to you.
Yep.
And it's like, and Adnan's like, hey, I think that's illegal, right?
Yeah, I'm so glad that he said that. Nobody said that.
It's illegal.
Of course it's illegal. It's like revenge, PORN.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's also even before that.
Right. It's just
like even if you don't share it. Yes.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
Adnan is standing up for women's rights. That's how bad you were, Jessica.
Right. That's what kind of scum you are. That Adnan is like,
I'm sorry. Aren't we supposed to respect women around here?
And I feel bad because she's like bawling now.
She is crying. Now, here's the other thing that upsets me. After that, she went back to Croatia to see him again.
That's because she's a desperado.
Yep. And that's what makes me so sad, because it's like, so now, okay, from the naked eye, you might say, well, if you felt so violated,
right,
why did you go back to see him? Isn't it your fault now?
No.
And it's like, no, it's still not your fault.
First of all, it'll never be her fault.
Sure. But I'm just saying, it's like, you're in such a weak position.
Yeah.
That you still feel bad about yourself, and you're still trying to prove yourself to this man who doesn't respect women, anyone. That's why it's like, I don't know, this fatherhood thing, like, I just don't even love this story.
I just hate that so many people, like, I don't know. I don't think she's weak. I think that a lot of people equate this as like being like a weak woman, and it's not. It's like so many women have been in this position where it's like you are made to feel crazy.
Yes.
And you might not even want this person, but you've been now she needs his approval.
Yes.
And it's like, that's the problem. He has wore her down to the point where it's like she is going to just lose her mind if she doesn't have his approval. Like all she wants is for him to want her back.
Yep. I know. And basically, Niles is being so obnoxious though. Now
Yeah,
it's like
Niles,
Niles,
shut up. You had your moment.
you don't know what you're talking about at this
Yeah.
point. Let Adnan take this one over.
Yeah, agreed.
So and then they ask him if he's in love with her, and he's like, no. And it's like, okay,
You know what though? Thanks for being honest.
cool. Now let's move on. Let's never talk to this man again. Let's stop telling Bojo that he has to sit there and keep talking about this. Let's stop
Right.
having Josko and giving him a platform. It's like you're
Like
a
if it was
jerk.
me, I would be like, can we disconnect from Bozo? Because
Yeah.
this guy rejected me and now he's watching somebody else reject me.
Right.
I can't handle
But I gotta
this.
tell you, I don't think Bojo's mean.
Oh, I don't think Bojo's mean at
Yeah.
all. I think Yosko is mean.
Yes,
I think
he
he's
is
very mean.
He's
Yep.
so full of himself.
Yeah, that's
For
the thing.
No
For no reason.
reason.
This guy is so self-important.
So self-important. I really, really, really did not enjoy talking to him, listening to him speak, doing anything. And you know what?
What?
He's gonna be a single dad forever.
Good. Yes, he is.
You know, you and I, we don't even have kids, and it's so hard to figure out what to make for dinner every night.
Every night, I have no idea what to make. I wish someone could just tell me.
Well, with HelloFresh, you get farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. You could skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. And that's why it's America's #1 meal kit.
Love it.
Okay, are you tired of figuring out what's for dinner every night, night after night after night?
Yes, every night.
Especially on those busy weekdays, right?
Yes.
Get dinner done the easy way thanks to HelloFresh. It's easy to find time to eat well with 50 wholesome, hassle-free meals to choose from each week, delivered to your door.
Oh, that's what I need. I needed that the other day when you and I were out all day and I
Oh
came
my
home.
God, I
wish
know.
I could have come home to that.
It's so true. HelloFresh's 15-minute meals are done in just 3 simple steps, so you can eat better this year without all the hassle.
That's what I need.
We really do. We just need something like, I don't know, like just that we don't have to think.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like, take the thinking out for me.
Take the thinking out. I can't do the thinking.
Take the shopping out for me.
Thank you.
Let's just do it.
Get up to 10 free meals and a free high protein item for life at HelloFresh.com/90day10FM. 1 item per box with active subscription. Free meals applied as discount on first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan. That's up to 10 free HelloFresh meals. Just go to HelloFresh.com/90day10FM. And guess what?
What?
It's right down there in the show notes.
That's amazing.
All right, let's talk about Vea and Sunny.
It's like, but it's also okay. Here's what I don't like about these tell-alls. Why can't we just do a couple and then be done with that couple?
It's back and forth.
Why are we so much back and forthing? That's
so much back and forthing.
So annoying to me.
All right. So apparently, the way that Sunny found out that Rory was traveling with Vea was because he found a video in her phone or a picture or whatever of them on the plane.
Right. But it's also like, was he going through your phone? Like, how did this happen?
I don't know, but Brian thinks that Vea was so wrong. Brian,
shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up, Brian, because you know what? Nobody listens to you. Why? I'm going to trust your opinion.
Okay. Also, she makes a really good point. They're like, why didn't you bring anyone else? She's like, yeah, no one else was available to go to South Africa for 2 weeks.
Okay. Also, I wouldn't want to go alone either.
I wouldn't want to go alone either. He's like, listen, the whole point of me going was to make sure she didn't get kidnapped. Thank you.
Yeah, and he was actually really nice about it. I love that his door opened.
Oh my God. And Adnan was losing his mind.
He's like, her door's opening.
Oh my God. Niles was talking to her like she was stupid. She's like, Niles?
Yeah.
Don't talk to me like that.
Yeah. Also, Niles, you're not the host. Enough.
Stop.
Yeah.
All right. So Rory said they're just friends. Everyone else is like, nope. They're just in love with each other because they took a selfie together. But they took a selfie together.
So they leaned into each other. Okay.
Stop, guys. Stop.
Yeah, stop trying to make something happen.
Do you think that if they wanted to be together,
why wouldn't they be?
Why wouldn't they be together?
So they both live in America together. They've already been together.
Right.
Why wouldn't they
broke
just get back together? Right.
Why wouldn't they just still be together?
Instead, come with me to meet my new boyfriend. That's how I know they're over each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. She said that she does regret not telling him sooner. Yeah, I agree. That's it.
Yeah, me too.
All right. So everyone thinks they're in love. All right. So apparently Rory did Sunny's pictures because he thinks that he takes too many selfies. But Sunny just likes to capture the moment.
Okay. It's funny. He probably shouldn't have done that, but it's funny that he did it.
It is funny that he did it.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're going back to Lauren and Faith.
Okay. That's the thing. Why are we doing this?
Who do you like less?
Between Lauren and Faith, or between who?
Lauren and Esther. I think they need to get back.
Okay. Honestly, Esther, go take a long walk off a short pier.
First a shower,
Goodbye.
then a long walk.
Girlfriend, shower in a Crest White strip. I don't care.
Do it.
That's what you need.
Do it. Lauren also lets us know that he only has one testicle, so he's only half a man.
Okay. Stop.
Shut up.
You have to tell us that, right? If everybody was jumping off a bridge, yeah, I actually jumped off
a bridge 5 times.
Wow. Yeah, I got gonorrhea, and then I went back to the same person that gave me gonorrhea. Why are you doing this? Why do you keep telling us this? I don't think you have one testicle. I actually don't believe that, and there's nobody there that can vouch for you.
Well, Esther calls Niles closed-minded. It's like, no, but also, Niles, shut up.
No, I know. Niles, let somebody else talk.
Okay, so Faith is crying. And you know what? Good for you, Adnan. Adnan's like, don't cry over him.
Yeah.
And Lauren's like, no, let her cry.
Yeah, let her get it out.
Lauren, shut up.
Lauren, she's crying because of you. Lauren is gross because now I'm seeing him on Instagram with like I drink pee shirts.
Yeah, he's gross.
And like gonorrhea boy shirts.
Yeah.
Jamal doesn't like that very much.
Oh, your boyfriend Jamal?
Yeah.
Lauren said that it's legal in Thailand to get married now, and he could get a K3 visa to get to the Philippines. And she's like, it's actually not legal.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, I'm just going to take her on vacation there. And then she has to make a choice because I'm paying for this vacation. So she has to make a choice if she's going to marry me or not.
And she's like, I did not know anything about marriage.
Right. And guess what?
What?
Faith said that this is not realistic and they're just friends and said no.
I feel bad because, again, like we've spoken about before, Faith thinks that she can't get anyone else or anyone better, I guess.
Okay, so this is the real story about that.
Yeah.
If you can't get someone better than Lauren, then that's okay. Just be alone. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Just take my advice. Just be alone then.
It's so true. It's like of everyone on the stage. That's who you're crying over?
Just be alone.
Yeah, I feel bad for Faith. I think that she's another one. Her self-esteem is just so beaten down.
Yeah, but just be alone then.
Just be alone. You don't need to be with someone who is going to give you potentially an STD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the least of why
I know. But it's like, how about let's just like take that for instance. How about that for example?
Right. Well, that's what Adnan was saying. He's like, what do you think you have here?
But it's also like,
but Esther, it's nice to hear.
STFU.
Esther, you're like, I don't know. She gives out the worst vibes.
She does. And then she's like, you're all judging him, this, that, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, well, guess what? Why don't you just stay on the campaign trail for this guy?
How about I judge you because you slept with him too? How about I judge you? Freak. How about I judge you because he made you buy a corset for Faith before his trip?
Right. Also, Faith never slept with him.
Good for Faith. That's why it's like nobody there could vouch for his one ball. Who would know?
Esther.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
She doesn't remember.
She got her brains out.
Oh, she doesn't remember.
Oh, God. All right, guys. Well, patreon.com/trash talk podcast. Follow the podcast, 90-day podcast on Instagram and Twitter. Follow the podcast on TikTok and YouTube. Trash Talk Podcast. Noelle's at Noe Girl on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I'm at Trixie Tuzini on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. TraceyCarnazzo.com for all of my upcoming show dates. I'll be on tour with Little Mo Mozzarella. We start our tour February 20th. I think it's going to go till mid-May, all of the Northeast. So go check it out right now, TraceyCarnazzo.com. We're coming to a city near you. Maybe not. I don't know. There's no way to know.
There's no way to know.
Leave us a 5-star rating and an amazing review on whatever platform you listen to us on. And we will see you next week. Thank you guys so much for being the best fans we could ever ask for. We love you.
We love you.
Bye.
Bye.